wake up to reality. The world is changing right in front of your eyes, and guys are growing weaker every day. Why are men being brainwashed to think that it's acceptable to be weak, and that it's okay to cry? You'll hear over and over that men should express their emotions because traditional masculinity is toxic. The world has to tell you lies, but the truth is that emotional control is one of the core components of masculinity, and it's what makes boys different from men. Just because you show more emotion doesn't mean you feel it, and showing less emotion doesn't mean you feel less stone-faced. Men still feel pain, often more pain than the ones crying and screaming. Emotional control, is it lack of emotion? It is unnecessary function of maturity. If you lack this skill, you can't lead your own life, let alone lead other people around you. In this video, we'll cover 3 methods to help you become an expert at controlling your emotions. Number 1. Choose when to express your feelings. The greatest men in the world are emotionally intelligent. This does not mean they never cry or do not feel emotions. Rather, it means they choose when to let certain feelings surface. Can you imagine an army general losing it in front of his soldiers? It would be detrimental to the team's morale. Instead, a great general chooses his moments with peers or alone. Similarly, a father who has lost a family member may cry, but it is still not a good idea to break down in front of your 7-year-old daughter. It can even be traumatizing for a young child to witness her father and the head of the household act in such a way. Choosing when to express your feelings is not the same as holding them within. You cannot hold them inside. Emotions are a source of energy that can never be destroyed. It's like having a powerful beast inside of you that you try to hide. People who attempt to control their emotions for an extended period of time will eventually implode, which will have bad effects. Instead, you need to learn when to let your emotions out and how to use them wisely when you do. Number 2. Use your emotions wisely. Emotions are incredibly powerful, and emotional intelligence is the capacity to harness that power. It is difficult to master, but once you do, it's like having superpowers. Most people are slaves to their emotions, unable to control them and instead becoming victims of them. They'll all be reacting in a matter of seconds to some cheesy media propaganda, changing their profile images to appear as though they endorse it. It is not essential to respond to everything you observe if you work in this way, knowing that you are easily influenced and controlled. Warren Buffett famously said, "If you can't control your emotions, you can't control your money." I'll go one step further and say, if you can't control your emotions, you can't control anything in your life. For example, if you're really upset because your girlfriend broke up with you or for any other reason, you can channel that energy and use it to achieve amazing things. However, most people allow their emotions get the better of them. They become angry, start cursing and breaking things, or develop unhealthy habits. The modern world has encouraged people to be slaves of their own emotions, and they have tricked people into believing that the most powerful emotions are always bad. Anger, envy, and even hatred are not bad emotions if you can't control them. Some people try to suppress their anger completely, but eventually it will always come out in some self-destructive form. Instead of these things, you should learn how to use your emotions. If you wake up feeling angry, start doing something productive. Use it to go to the gym and train like an animal. Pick up some good habits and start making some money. If you feel envious because someone is in a position that you want to be in, don't ignore that emotion. Listen to it and find out how you can use it to level up your own life. If you can't control them, they can be very destructive, but they can also be incredibly productive. If you genuinely hate your bad habits, you will find a way to end those bad habits. Some people hate being overweight so much that you will never see them out of shape. If you hate being broke and living cheap, you will use that extremely powerful emotion to better your life, so you never have to be broke again. Emotions are not good nor bad. It's all about how you use them. When you understand this, you will realize that your anger can actually be a gift instead of a curse. Number 3. Man up. The core art of being a man is to man up and choose when to express your emotions and how to utilize them wisely. This leads to emotional control. While man up has been demonized as negative, the fact is that when you advise a guy to man up, you are really advising him to control rather than suppress his feelings, or that he isn't allowed to feel anything. Men and women lead very different lives, and when you treat them like women and try to shame them using age-old powerful expressions like man up, you are attempting to eliminate masculinity. However, no matter how hard someone tries, they will never be able to entirely eliminate masculinity. There is saying, hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. Men up, boys. Hard times are coming for all of us, and if you want to level up in life, remember to like and subscribe for more content. Until next time.